Welcome to the rice fields, motherfucker!
Hey, Average Goob. Thank you, sir. Appreciate the kind wishes. I wish Twitch would knock it off and make it a thing. I don't get why it's a thing. I don't think it needs to be a thing. I've done nothing partner worthy. Weird champ. Not to mention, I've spent the past hour or two just like on the completely wrong screen. Hey there, love your art. Someone mentioned you in another channel. Just started digital art and have been inspired to watch people way better than me. I can give you some recommendations on who you could watch. It's like we're all human mostly. I'm pretty sure I'm mostly goblin or some shit like that. Shit. That's fine. It's fine. As long as it works. What works, works. At this point, I'm not sure what to work on. Like half machine, half little guy. Is the machine also small? Or does the machine make up for the little guy part? Are you one of them Elon followers that implanted that shit in their brain? Is that why you're a machine? I'm huge, but my brain is mechanical. Aren't those both like a plus? Unless by mechanical you mean like analog, then I guess that makes sense. It's like robot brain is like, you know, like omega big brain. My brain's more like a marble. It's small and smooth. One of those punch card computers. So analog. At least it's functioning, I guess. At least it's functioning. Like some things. Let's have a look-see over here. What should I work on? I'm kind of messing around with this. I got this done today. I'm thinking about doing some shorts and stuff. I don't know. I feel like I need to write down more things. Are you working on game art for your game? Not quite. I'm mostly procrastinating. Like, these are all the things I need to do. And these are also all of the things I don't feel like doing at the same time. So, I'm just procrastinating. Feel that? Yeah. Like, if what I'm working on right now is at least for the game, then maybe that makes up for it. But this is just a complete tangent. This has nothing to do with the game. I did work on this for like a few hours, so this is for the game, so it should be fine. Oh god, I just looked at this again. It looks cursed. Damn it. It looks cursed. Man model. feel like this one went a bit better than this. I think I tried to make the eyes too big. Sometimes you just have to let your creative juice flow however it wants. They look amazing. You don't want to see the cursed character I made last night. I mean, chat makes me draw plenty of cursed stuff, so... the eyes are wrong. The eyes are wrong. I'm trying to get it to match... I'm trying to get it to match the rest of the concept art, but it's not matching. Trying to get this to match. Let me get this to match. They're so cool. Thank you. I've kind of like burnt out on working on the game, so I'm kind of just, I don't know, trying to pick this back up. You use so many reference lines to match up your characters? Well, I mean, that's because this is not for just one character. This is for like a bunch of characters. I'm too lazy to like make different layers. So I just put everything on the same layer. So for example, what the hell is this? Oh, okay. So for example, I was also matching this kid down here, and I was matching this guy that you can't see behind her. So yeah, I'm just too lazy to turn them off. I like the technical part of drawing as much as the creative parts. Lazy or efficient? You can give the argument for both, I guess. Also, I kind of just duplicate the same thing over and over. Okay, I think as long as I set up the face properly, this will not be an issue. But for now, the eye location is kind of scuffed. This is supposed to be overlay for the stream. It's like everybody's doing like cool overlays. I want to do a cool overlay, but you know that eats into actually working on the game. But I'm not even working on the game right now. Where's the freaking game? The character Vista? There it is. This is the actual game. This is the actual game. Actual game. Bum ba bum bum. Design. There we go. This is the actual game. This concept art is like so freaking old. It's so old. Of the duck outfit. The duck outfit was like 50-50. People voted between these two. It ended up being a 50-50. But everybody kept calling it Duck Boy, so I just used the duck outfit. The frog outfit? Yeah, it's 50-50. Like, we couldn't get a winner between these two. So, yeah. 50-50. I'm like... I really don't like working on the 3D models. But at this stage, that's the part that I haven't been working on. I'm I'm really just avoiding that part. But if I can get that part done, as well as like the buildings and stuff, I would be making way more progress with the actual game. Is the game open? Oh, it is. Here's the game. Game. So you do 3D as well? Are you an indie dev or you work with a team? I am a solo dev, yes. So, today, what was on the itinerary, I was putting in the sounds. I was putting in not the sound, the voices. The voices. It's less of like I do 3D and more like I have to. Okay, I don't know how to tell the voice actress I don't like this one. That's that sound does not work. Like they seldom say I like it, but not for this instance. I'm fine with the others. Like this is fine. I'm okay with that. It's good enough for placeholder. Because unfortunately, I could do the voice acting for like everything else, but I can't do it for this kid or like female characters. This has some Zelda vibes, and I'm loving this so much. And Spirited Away. Yeah, Zelda has been most of my reference in terms of like interactions. So, yeah, the way that I've coded everything is very close to how Zelda works. I feel like I should add a delay to the voice. Interactions are smooth. It's good enough. It's good enough for me to get away with it. Like this model, there's a lot of problems with it, but I'm getting away with a lot. Because if you look at the model, there's a lot of issues. Oh yeah, I forgot. I have to fix that. Good enough if someone else is perfect. It's good enough for the demo. It's good enough for the demo. I can get away with this for the demo. The camera needs a bit more work. Oh fuck, I forgot about this. Let's see. Oh, I guess this doesn't need any sound. Oh yeah, wait. There's also this one other sound I added. Ah. There we go. This dude. Yeah. I only have one sound for this for now. It's more polished than a lot of games. It's doable for me to put this much polish for now because the area is so small, but I need to put quite a bit more for this to be a public demo. Right now it's not public yet. I haven't like fully went through all of the lines, all of the dialogue to place the proper voices in the proper places. I should do that at some point, but I've been going through like a rough few weeks this past few weeks, and
I haven't really been making as much progress as I usually do. So I'm trying to go a bit slower. Just trying to get this voiceover stuff done for now. What do I do? What can I? Oh, yeah. And now I remember. There's this area here that's messed up here. This area is kind of messed up. So this is fine, but this is not. Okay, I think we turn off camera collision for both of these. Come here. Let's turn that off. Okay. This should be a lot less messed up. So to hear that, you find peace in the problems you're dealing with. It's fine. It's just, you know, the ups and downs. Unfortunate few weeks. Never seen Unreal run so smooth for people. Was a lot of work to get it to run smooth. Unfortunately, I couldn't help Beegs with his issue. Like, unfortunately, Unreal just did not want to work with his PC. Went through a down moment recently, and art and learning is pulling me out of it. That's nice. That's nice. I have a bit more of like a love-hate relationship with art. He's had such a rough time. Yeah, I tried to help him. The the best that we could do was just, you know, work through the, you know, teaching him the basics of it. But I couldn't do anything from the technical side. Unreal just did not run. It is what it is. It's fine. Okay. At least he has like other engines that he can run. I would die if I had to use a different engine. The only reason I can get through this with purely an art background is because of Unreal. Oh yeah, I wanted to fix the music. I wanted to fix the music cues. So let's turn on. Let's turn on music. Oh shit, I should turn off, I should turn off... Okay, we're gonna turn off the Pokemon music. Alright. Yeah, I'm stuck in Game Maker because I got my degree from a Full Sail using UDK. And then right when I graduated, they released Unreal Engine 4 and everything I learned was basically useless for the engine. And I got demotivated. I'm going to be working on learning Godot, though, because I love open source. Nice, nice. Wait, so what is your like actual background then? Because like, what course did you do it at Full Sail? I know about Full Sail mostly because of their filmmaking course, Game Design Bachelor's. What does that cover? Because in my experience, every game design course teaches like completely different things. Self-taught a web dev and designer, like web dev front end, back end, or like full stack. And they cover everything to become an indie dev other than 3D modeling and animation. So they cover music and sound design. I find that unlikely. Front end mostly, but learning back end to be more full stack. Oh, right, okay. what do you work with? Like, do you have like a specific framework that you're used to using? Yeah, I learned Game Maker and a bit of Unreal 4 in college. They cover sound design, but not music, since that's another course. Fair enough. Fair enough. Stick to Game Maker because I hate all of the boxes, connections, and check marks. Oh, you mean the nodes in Unreal? Are you talking about the nodes in Unreal? Also, Adobe Flash. I use WordPress mostly, but learning and venturing into React since I love JavaScript. Okay. So front end with React. Interesting. So wait, so then for game dev, since you learn Game Maker, so does that mean your most of your game dev knowledge in terms of programming is based on the Game Maker language? Is that?
But like having more control in my butt ramming, I say this, yet I but rely but it a functional game, lol.
Thank you, Butspot. How do you HTML, CSS, JS, PHP? All right, that's pretty standard, almost full stack. Also like having more control in my programming. I say this yet I barely made a functional game. I mean, you know, we're all on different points, so it's fine. It's fine. I found it a lot easier to make my game look nice rather than perform nice. So I had to learn a lot about optimizations because I just went ham and just had like the best everything in the game to get it to look nice without knowing what the impact of it was, you know, on the processor and shit. They aren't transferable skills. I'm just great at learning. Some might say I'm a professional student. I can relate to that. I can relate to that because like ironically, I dropped out of everything. I got into, but that's mainly because my priority has always been just learning the thing instead of, you know, taking the exams and you know, getting the certificates and shit. Why is this? This is something I need to adjust. I just remembered. Okay. I'm trying to become a completionist as I get older, so I'm following through on a lot more projects. Yeah. That's like what I'm trying to do now. It's like just complete something. Complete something, man. Just trying to complete something. What was I trying to do? What was I trying to do? I was trying to fix the sound stuff, but then I also saw the collision problem that I was going to try to fix. I need to work on a video game for more than 3 days, though. Game jams have been the only reason I complete games. I think that's completely fine. I mean, like, what you could always do is just, you know, have the small scope games, because it sounds like as long as you have a game jam, which generally forces you to have a small enough scope for a game, you can finish it. So what you could try to do is just like slowly extend the scope of every project you do. Or, you know, you could go back to a previous project and increase the scope a little bit and just finish that scope and not think about the rest of the scope, right? You could do that slowly. Eventually you can reach to a point where you get a scope big enough that you feel is worthy of, I don't know, something. I don't know what you're trying to work towards, to be fair. I just have no motivation to work on the game after the jam, though. I mean, don't rely on motivation. I don't rely on motivation at all. Motivation sucks. Motivation is completely not reliable. Don't rely on motivation. Rely on discipline. The best thing you can do is just make a little bit of progress every day, regardless of whether you're motivated or not. You know, whether you continue beyond the small, goal of your daily goal, that's bonus. That's bonus. You make motivation by working on things. I mean, having motivation is nice, but don't rely on it, basically. If having motivation is basically like just a boost. It's a bonus. One of my most played games, 20k plays, is a game that you only play for 60 seconds, and I'm like, I don't know how to make that better. I mean, you don't have to make it better. You can just look at what you can do to increase the scope so you can increase the playtime. That's something you could do. Or, I don't know, add more levels. I don't really know what the game is. Yeah. Okay, so I wanted to test... okay, I remember now. I wanted to change the position of this. Let's test this on Nightmare, because we're trying to make sure that the music ends properly. Because for whatever reason, the music did not end properly last time in the previous playtest. So let's fix this first. I haven't checked the music in a while. At the same time, I was relying on artists for everything, and the games hinged on them staying motivated on track too, which is why I'm learning game art now. That fair, I guess. Yeah, it can be a lot more consistent if you try to learn like a very small amount of game art that's just enough for you to complete a small game, and hopefully that can generate enough money that you can actually pay professionals that stick to their shit. That could be a good game plan. That could be a good game plan, yeah. Because it occurred to me yesterday that I could make actual content about teaching game art specifically, because I need polished prototype art for my games. You do not. No, you do not. Right, just enough to get me started so I can pay people who are way better. Yeah, okay. One thing to realize is you're gonna have to, at some point, make a game that's mostly programmer art. And this is kind of what I'm hoping to be able to teach, is teach programmers how they can make their art just good enough. That it feels like a releasable project, something that doesn't scream. Okay, I don't know how to replicate this. I would pay for that course. I'm not trying to build a course. I'm hoping to be able to put together enough points that I can teach people. I'm trying to figure out how I should set up this content, because to give context, right? To give context, for context, I've been thinking about doing more like YouTube content and stuff, and like theoretically the goal was to just build a following that I could then eventually what's the word for it, convert sales for my game. But the issue with that is I would need to make content that's more general entertainment content, and and that's not easy to do because it's very vague, right? It could be anything, and it may or may not work. And it doesn't really help anyone, if that makes sense. And basically what I realized was I felt kind of alone in game dev, in terms that there's not a lot. I haven't really found anybody else that's been, whose background is like pure art and then they go into game dev. So I'm sort of in a unique position, where it's kind of really shown the upsides and the strengths of going into game dev with a pure art background. And by pure art, that doesn't mean like, oh, I kind of hobbied in art, because there are game devs who start with art, but their level was mostly like hobbyist, and then they went into game dev. I spent like 15 years doing art, so I really grinded that skill. So this moving into game dev is a pivot, to say the least. And it's been very interesting. And I have a ton of friends in the game dev section, and almost 100% of them have a CS background. So where you did 15 years of art, I was doing game design, web dev. So we're like crossing paths, and that's so cool. That's the thing. That is everyone. That's like literally everybody who comes into my chat. It's like everybody's background is in web dev or programming, or that stuff. So as everybody who comes in, they feel like, oh shit, this is cool. I'm coming from over here, and this dude is coming from over here. But the reality is, it's more like, where's MS Paint? MS Paint, I need you right now. I don't know how to get this to, damn it. Okay, so because you're not the first one to say this. Like almost everybody in the stream says this. It's like, oh, I'm from like over here, and like you're coming through like over here, or like this is cool. Like I'm coming from all the way over here, from this side, and you're coming from over here, and they're like that's cool. It's like we're like the complete opposite, and it's less like this, and it's more like everybody in this section is like that. Is like this. Everybody in this section is this way, going this way, and I'm the weirdo who's like coming in from the side. So like individually, everybody's like, oh, that's cool. Like you're going this way, I'm coming from this way. That's cool. We're like the complete opposite. We're the same, just from the other direction. You're hopping on the train with this. Yeah, basically, yeah. So I'm doing this, and then I'm doing this. So, the number of people are like, oh, let's learn this together, because I can probably learn a lot from like where you're coming from, and I would agree. I've learned a lot from just everybody else. But the problem right now is because I jumped into here, everybody that I know has like the same skill set. Like at this point, I know the only people I know are programmers. Everybody is a programmer. And because everybody is like from game dev, everybody knows C#.
Everybody knows C sharp. There's a fewer people who know C++. Um, See, and all I know is game and web dev. Oh yeah, of course. And there's also like the bunch of web devs, right? Yeah. So, I would like categorize this into three. Based on what I've seen so far. Based on what I've seen so far. There's the bunch of people who are CS majors. Majority of the CS majors go into web dev, and then they go into game dev. So there's this lot. There's a lot of them. And then there's the group who's been self-teaching game dev. They've been self-teaching game dev, so all of them know C sharp. So this is all of the beegs, all of the booyahs. They're here. Where they come from is like from all over. So there are some people who's from the industry. There are people from completely different industries, but they all group up here. These are all like the self-taught. 100% of the self-taught ones all know C sharp. My first coding language was VB.NET, though. So I come from even a software background, but I've always been a designer, graphics, web product. So programming was because I wanted to make my designs live somewhere. Yeah, that's fair. Okay. That's kind of how it feels like from my end as well, where I've been drawing characters. I don't know why I'm why I have to do this with a mouse. I have a drawing tablet, but this just feels right. Explaining things with a mouse and MS Paint just feels right. I don't know how to put it. Would you agree? It just feels right. All right, I'm gonna go continue learning stuff in Blender. Hell yeah. Do it. And the mouse in MS Paint just makes sense. Yeah. And then so here's like all of the CS web dev people. Here's all of the self-taught C sharpers. And then there's the professionals. There are the pros. There are pros. So the pros are really cool. They know a lot of shit. Sub beginner artist vibes. What, the MS Paint? Or are you talking about your 3D Blender? But I try to follow along with the pros because they know quite a lot, and I get to ask them a lot of cool questions. Because their understanding is pretty deep. The self-taught ones, I quickly learned they know just about as much as I do, which is like we don't really know what we're doing, but yeah. MS Paint with their mouse, yeah. But I don't know. It also feels like I'm explaining this seriously. I don't know. Explanations aren't complete without this. So, a majority of these. Okay, so some of these people here. Have a background in like technical art, which is really cool. They know technical art. Starting to look like a basketball court. Better score then. So I'm from over here, which is like I'm from Artland. Like straight up. So there's like the hobbyists. Then I'm like all the way from over here. And usually the pros kind of know what they're doing,
But overall, I found that majority of people do need help in terms of art direction. And I've been consuming a good amount of game dev content as well. Everybody's so worried about programming that there's not a lot of content for art direction. So jumping into this, I didn't even like really think about art direction. I was just subconsciously working on the game like I do my drawings. And I had to like think about it for a bit because everybody else was like, one of my really early experiences when I met all of these people here, their first question was, what engine is that? What engine? It was what engine? I can't write this. And like how? How did you get this engine to look like that? Because this doesn't look like that engine. And I came from over here, so I had no idea what they meant, right? That was one of my earlier experiences, which then I realized, when you're coming from over here, you're thinking about getting things functional. So when you see that your game looks a certain way, you can't really put your finger on what seems wrong. But for me, I could instantly tell, okay, like all of this stuff is like, there's too much contrast. We need to add a bit more, fog. We need to add, light. It's placing lighting. Oh, actually, that might be a good thing to talk about. Lighting. Maybe a good topic to cover. That's interesting insight into the process. I think about games in terms of mechanics, then art, but art gives it life. Then you can come up with what the art needs to do. Yeah, so when I initially started, right? So when I had like no idea what was going on. Now it's been a year and I have like a better grasp of what's going on. And I'm starting to see what I'm doing and I know to do that. How to do that. Well, what's the word for it? What, like aware. Like I'm aware that I'm doing this thing. But back then I was kind of just trying to fix stuff. To me, it was like something to fix. I was just looking for where is the thing where I can adjust this. And once I find the knob to adjust this thing, I get to adjust it to the point where I'm happy with how it looks. But back then I was purely thinking in terms of I want the colors to look like this and I want the shapes to look like this. That's how I was thinking about it. I was still thinking about it like an illustrator, because that was my background as an illustration. So I was like, I wanted trees to kind of look like this, and I like these colors are like too bright, I need to mute them a bit, or these colors there's not enough, or there needs to be some rim light here. And it was interesting because it was like painting in 3D, and instead of like placing the colors directly onto the canvas like I would usually do, I would have to kind of use physics, right, and place the light there. It was kind of fun because I don't have to paint everything exactly, I just need to place the thing, but I still had to figure out where to place it to get it to look the way that I see it in my head. I think about both. Sometimes I have games ideas that go into my art design creation. Other times art ideas I get seem cool enough to be a game idea or have game mechanics. I can't wrap my head around that. That's like, because for me it's always which thing supports what, right? And almost always it's the art is supporting the game. So I usually have, you know, these would be the better directions for the art to support the game, right? There's some sort of hierarchy to me. So yeah, over this past year I've also been reading a lot of, you know, like all those Reddit threads about like people complaining like, wah, my game, you know, I put it on Next Fest and you know it didn't get any, you know, wish list, it didn't get any sales. And I think at some point some dude just pointed out like, yo, you guys are all complaining, but your games look like shit. And I was like, god damn, this dude is based. But it occurred to me that, you know, dude makes sense, right? He's actually making sense. I know it sounds like really mean. I don't know. Like recently, I thought of a character that's possessed by a spirit, so I've been thinking about how would that work as mechanics. I mean, that's literally my game. But yeah, it does seem that people could use some help in terms of direction, art direction, and sometimes people do take it too far, and they're like, oh, if it doesn't look AAA, then it's not going to be good enough. But I've seen plenty of really good games that look fine, and you know, it doesn't have to be at AAA level. It just has to be cohesive. So I had to like put my thoughts together to like figure out like, okay, what are these things that I kind of understand subconsciously, but other people don't seem to notice that. And I have to like kind of put it into words. That's what I'm trying to do here. How to make a mood board is also a good thing to teach. But yeah, if you guys have like any topics, questions, or suggestions on what I could talk about, I'll like look into it and see how I could, you know, help. Because at this point, I'm also trying to figure out what's the best way to get this knowledge across, right? Is it shorts? Do I do slightly longer form YouTube content, like mid-length YouTube videos? Do I do courses? What would be most helpful? That is also not, you know, very time consuming. Because the last thing that I want is for this to become like a huge tangent. To be honest, I had an idea of a spirit god possessing the main character back in college, like 10 years ago, that I did for college. I mean, for me, it was like the opposite direction, like how I started my game. I just prototyped a game that had like way too many mechanics, and you know, I asked my friend who was actually in the industry, like, yo, what do I do? He's like, you're never gonna finish this game. Instead, just take one of these mechanics and build a game around that. And he recommended I take the possession mechanic. So I just tried to think the simplest way possible about that, right? Because for me, it was like mechanic first. This is the mechanic. Then what's the setting? I almost never think about the setting first. Generally, if I start thinking about the setting first, it doesn't bode well. Thinking of the mechanic first usually helps a lot.
I appreciate that. Thank you for all your insight this morning. I have to get to work, but I want to try to catch more of your streams. You seem like an awesome person. That's absolutely amazing. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. I mean, don't worry about it. I'm here like every day, pretty much. Pretty much, unless I have like one of those off days, then I kind of just disappear for the day. I can't be bothered to set up a proper schedule. But I'm relatively consistent. But sometimes there are off days, whatever. I don't do a good job at
Thank you for the entertainment this morning.
Hey man, thank you for the 300 bits. Appreciate it. Yeah, so I'm still thinking about this. Hopefully we get around to actually putting something together here. But until then, got this madness. Don't need that. Okay, let's try to fix the problem. So first thing I want to do, let's turn the let's leave the music on. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Should be a good idea when we exit content or menus, no, not main menu. Is it main menu? No. Pause menu. Okay, so pause menu, when we run main menu, we want to turn off the music. Let's turn off the music. What's this? Okay. I don't remember how I set up the music system. Content system, game instance. All right. So where's the music? Ah, here it is. There was this event show version. Oh, I should change the version. Content for HUD versions. Let's update this to 116. Cool. Okay. So this is change. This is play event. We want one for what the hell? There we go. So we want one for the music to stop. Area track. Change area track. Stop music. I think that should be fine. Then we can go in here. Oh god, that's a lot of shit. Where's stop music? There it is. Nice. Variables. 8 current track. I could just do this. This should be fine. Let's double check this. Fade out. Game music.
That should be fine. Stop music. Then you can go to the pause menu. Add game instance. Stop music. Boom. All right, let's try this. Let's try this. So the music should now play, and then if I exit the main menu, the music should stop. Good. Now if I run new game, okay, I know. I know what the problem is. This is trying to check for this. Fade out duration. This is 2. Let's do a delay. Oh, I can't do a delay. Ah! The delay needs to be over here. Run this delay after the delay. We want area track. Right, we can just set area track to none. Okay, this should fix the problem. This should fix the problem. Now the music should be able to play after we leave and then we come back. Because the issue is that it's not being updated. It's not being set to none. Technically we wouldn't have this issue if we had a different song being played on the main menu, but we don't. So this would be a better solution here. Good. So now if I press new game, music should play now. Nice. Fixed it. Sick. Fix demo map. Music not stopping. Starting properly. I'm just putting that in so that I can say I did it. Oh, yeah. Okay. Good, 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 good. We're kind of making progress with this. What do I call this? Do I call those mids? Could call... Nah, let's call them longs. Fuck it. Boss fight, art direction, case studies. We fix the music. We fix NPC concept art. I thought I fixed something else. We fixed the collision. We added the drowning sound. I fixed the jump. Fixed jump sound. Added drowning sound. And fix music playing. So just push all of this. Nice. It's already 10. I'm not sleepy yet. Fuck. What do I do when I'm not sleepy? What else can we work on? Let me try another VTuber idea. Really not sure what I want to work on here. Let's jump back into the game art. I'm thinking we do some more Mons. I think we do more Mons.
I still feel like I can simplify this. Ooh, I like that. Okay, I like this. I like this. Stretch. Okay, so it was mostly the eyes. It's mostly the eyes. Once we got the eyes in, the look mostly fit. Good. Good.
Looks like this shit is out of battery. Hmm.
Hmm. Yes. Okay. Hmm.
Maybe we end it here. Maybe we end it here, and then... Hmm. Yeah, let's end it here and we can continue tomorrow. End it here and continue tomorrow. So, who can we raid?
Oh, default.
Default. I'll show you just a bit. It's I'm pretty sure I got it nailed down right now. I can fix this.
Yes.
Or I guess not. Alright, see you guys.